Hello, my name is Taylor Bell, and for my environmental controversy assignment, today I'll be presenting on oil drilling and the negative impact that it has not only on our environment, but as our health as individuals. But first, we must really understand what oil drilling is. From a formal definition from ehow.com, oil drilling is the process of perforating the Earth's surface and rock layers to extract fossil fuels for oil and energy production. Oil can be found all around the world and is drilled in many different countries in many different sites. It is formed from the organic decay of plants and animals that existed millions of years ago. The decaying process of these organic wastes eventually lead to oil by the absence of oxygen. There are two main types of oil drilling, offshore drilling and land drilling. With such a high demand for oil today in our society, it is an economically driven system. Because we use oil every day through many means, oil is a multi-billion-dollar company. Due to the growing demand of oil in our society today, it is important to be aware of the detrimental effects it has not only on our environment, but how this impacts our overall health. So, what causes the issue? Well, it's not one specific thing that causes the issue with oil drilling, but rather a combination of problems and factors that cause such negative impacts to our environment and health. The drilling process for both offshore and land drilling are both very extensive, not only requiring a lot of time and money, but infrastructure as well. Through the process of offshore drilling, byproducts or produced water is leaked back into the ocean containing numerous harmful toxins and even lethal toxins. Oil spills often create the most controversy when oil drilling is brought up, because they're ridiculously common. Approximately 300 to 500 oil spills occur each year, each taking up to a decade to fully clean up and recover from. Noise pollution is a big issue for land drilling, which we have learned about in the previous chapter. However, both land drilling and offshore drilling pose huge safety threats to the workers through the high risk of fire, explosion, and other occupational hazards. Possibly the most heartbreaking images that many of us have seen, most recently with the BP oil spill, are the numerous birds and other marine life covered in oil, often leading to death. When birds become covered in oil, they cannot fly. When whales, for instance, come up to breathe in water with oil floating on top, they become suffocated. These examples only paint a small picture of the horrific effects oil spills have on marine life. The loud noises and large infrastructure have also been proven to disorient whales and dolphins, often leading to death. Produced water is the term for water leaked back into the ocean from oil drilling. This water contains toxins such as polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, greenhouse gases, and toxic metals. These toxins cause birth defects in marine life and can be fatal in large doses. From a health perspective to humans, sludge is discharged from the oil drilling process, which contains technologically enhanced, naturally occurring radioactive materials. Workers inhale radon, which is linked to high rates of lung cancer. From a study published in the Human and Ecological Risk Assessment, an international journal, 75% of the chemicals discharged from oil drilling affect the skin, eyes, lungs, and stomach. 50% affect the nervous system, and 25% cause mutations. We are not yet aware of the long-term effects that these can cause on our bodies. Also, a huge amount of our food sources from the oceans are contaminated, which we then become contaminated with once we ingest them. So what can we do? As we have learned in previous chapters, our growing population creates an even higher demand for energy. We must shift our reliance on oil to alternative sources such as solar power, wind power, geothermal energy, and hydropower. Stricter laws need to be placed on oil rigs, especially offshore, that require proper disposal of produced water. Without being aware of the impact our demand for oil is having on our world, we cannot make changes. Energy conservation, to me, seems to be the key to reducing oil production and making a real change for our environment and health. A strong push for clean energy needs to be emphasized through governmental regulations and laws such as an energy cap and incentive for cleaner fuel. Together, we can make a difference for how we fuel our world. I hope you have enjoyed my presentation on oil drilling and understand why clean fuel is vital to our health. Thank you.